Your child is always watching you. This Friday is a Georgetown Literary Festival and I need to pick an outfit. So I'm gonna make a TikTok and ask you guys' help because I'm indecisive. Hello?
Kimberley Street Charcoal APAC may be closed by the time you arrive.
Our friendship might change or
I might die. No.
Left. Right.
Right. Yeah.
I'm so sorry whoever's following me.
It's fine. Okay, now you switch to left.
This is Deborah's vlog now. So,
No, you see,
you should introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Divashni. You can call me Diva. Oh, Lily
Deva.
called me Deva.
I do.
I am Lilian's friend. Oh, how many years now? Oh my god! 14 years!
What?
15 years. Coming on 15 years. You're from Pelita International School. Represent. I will be your hand person. So when people try to be like aggressive, right, to show their hand. So
How is your creative journey? Have you been writing?
pretty stunted. It's now
Your turn?
no.
You just read my first red light.
Okay.
So
Now you need to
I'm
stop.
so sorry.
It's so too.
Okay, sorry. Your creative journey.
It's okay. You know what? I'll talk about it later. I'll be your driver.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to use your horn. Okay.
101 lessons with the world.
So bike guy looking. Where are you looking, bro? You look in front and you go, bro. My god.
Bro! I need to record that moment.
You did a good job.
You're alive, so.
I'm alive.
We're driving to the festival. We're gonna be okay. We're late.
Yes.
But we're alive.
And I think that's the main thing, like what have you lived? How do you perceive things? So that's obviously the main thing, that you are Malaysian, you have lived in this country, you know what's going on. But other than that, I guess maybe it's the language that you use, how does it work out?
And a blood of a girl not meant to be in the background. Her eyes were solemn, dark blobs that didn't catch the light. Maybe for her was no light to be caught. The thought made my heart skip a beat.
The community,
Hi. We have our event tomorrow. How do you feel?
Oh, very excited.
Very excited. Very excited. Fine to meet you. Okay, we're ready.
Very excited to be next to an influencer book talker.
Even if I didn't end the book distribution, I doubt my book would be here. So I am in disbelief. This is so rare. This is so rare.
so I don't know, 400, 500 stories swimming in my mind. Then when I started to work, one of the first major banquets I did was for the King back in 1996. And that night when I saw everyone understanding the story, appreciating the stories, then I decided that this is what I'm going to do, to write the Malay folklore, Malay legends in English at that time, so that many Malaysians can appreciate them. And
for me, I do things very differently. I'm actually drawn to the lesser-known tales. For my book, Abandoned Gods, I explored the legends from the Dayak culture. Things like Bunsu Antu, Bunsu Jalu, Antu Rasi, and all those things, all those creatures. I find there are like similarities with the one with the Chinese culture. So things like that's how I formulated everything together as one. Oh, this sounds like a journey to the West kind of story, you know. Abandoned gods. I abandoned it myself.
we can lead countries. We can kill off cruel kings.
You can affect the economy for 7 generations.
Yes.
Yes, and Masuri.
She was athletic and she could do it.
Planking on a motorbike seat was easy, and her limbs were long enough to reach the gears and the clutch. All it needed was a bit of coordination, or motor skills, as they call it.
Don't come into writing expecting to bleed, and please don't write dead white men who had no idea about writing.
My hairstylist, my best friend, what else?
Lilian,
My
the
love.
Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Fantastic.
We have anyone?
This is Brendan. We're gonna be Brendan, very well distinguished. What?
Notorious, maybe.
We're gonna be in the panel tomorrow. And you're not nervous at all.
No, it's good. We'll wing it.
We'll wing it.
That's
Yeah.
how you do it.
Absolutely honored and privileged I am to have each and every one of you here. We have people who came on very far journeys, all the way from Eswatini, from Ukraine, from Myanmar, from Borneo, and all over the world. And it's really a pleasure to have all of you here with us in Georgetown. All the festival writers, please don't leave without going to that table to pick up something for you. You need to sign something over there.
It's raining. What are you doing? Nervous, but we got this. So I'm here basically 20 minutes early from the time the authors and the moderator decided to meet so that we could get to know each other, because it's supposed to be the first time we meet, but last night we had the dinner and then I met two of the panels already, but we haven't met the moderator yet, so nerve-wracking. It's always been online, right? Because COVID, so I always can sneak a little my notes on the side, but this time I can't. I'm horrible at improv, guys. I'm horrible. First panel, first ever author panel. Here we go.
Faming writing skills, like band in Malaysia. You cannot.
Where are you sitting? Musical chairs, go. Huh? What are you saying, corner? How are you feeling?
Mixed emotions.
Why mixed emotions? We're on the stage right now.
Isn't it? Let's see how this goes.
Let me introduce to you our panelist today. Sitting right next to me is Lilian, who is from Penang and the author of House of Koi, which she describes as a love letter to her younger self and for Malaysians who wish to see themselves represented. Now, she published her debut novel during her second year at Boston University and reached MPH's bestsellers list. She has worked, you're working still in Kuala Lumpur, are you? All right, she's worked as a lead copywriter in Kuala Lumpur and as an editorial assistant for magazines in the United States. And after recently graduating, Lilian worked in New York while writing her second novel, which we will definitely be talking about. He's there. Next to me over here is Brandon Liew.
I think Lilian should answer this question. Generation Z.
It is helping Malaysia's younger generations to read some more. So it's because you have to grab our attention very fast. So all these short attention spans that you're saying, it's ways to capture us. And then when we're interested enough, we will go on our own to get these books. So when you say ebooks, ebooks are actually much more accessible than physical books, especially in Penang sometimes. And it's sometimes really hard to get these books because it's out of stock. So it's easier to buy the ebook on Amazon and things like that. So I think we're going to talk about this later, but I think social media has really helped our generation.
That's actually how reading culture works a long time. I mean, back in the day, you would read a newspaper that's called, with
Reviews.
or
want to throw it out of you. That's the main reason why you're writing books and poems and everything. So I think as a writer, the compulsion is there. You want to release. It's like you keeping a 9-month baby in your room. Until you deliver it, you are still in the pain. So,
Take this because I've already collected this.
I'm signing with her pen. She's signing with my pen. Get the Bookstagrammer. Wow. Wait, let me take a picture too. This is my kindy friend. Hi. She told me this is from our kindy assignment that I completely forgot.
We were supposed to bring like a picture of our family member.
Do you have hearts around yours too?
Yeah, I think like we had like someone to teach us how to cut like cute little thingies and decorate it.
It's a goodie bag. Look at this. This is a fancy soap, which I cannot open. What is it? Oh, hand wash.
It's hand wash.
Ah, okay. This one's my own water.
Nice waters.
Oh. Postcards. Oh wow.
Oh, that's
Oh wow. Wow. This is a quick guide to being a writer in Georgetown.
Wow.
How to get around. Look at it's like a map. So cute. Yeah, this is a schedule, which I wish I had yesterday. This is what we didn't know about. Oh, tonight there's something.
I like the words taming the wild because some of them will be asking, why is this the theme for Georgetown Literary Festival, right? The reason why this is the theme is because taming the wild is basically encouraging people to discuss, to talk about wild topics, basically heavy and sensitive topics. From 3, 2, 1.
Celebrate with my
vessel of the particular authors.
Most of the folktale and fairy tales that we have in Korea are somehow very didactic. It has a lesson in the end, and a very Confucianist lesson, like respect your father.
It's rigged.
Yeah, as opposed to your mother. Respect your father, respect the king. We don't have the king anymore.
That has a great story behind it because it's a Korean artist, and so so we're
To all of us, in the local arts and literary circles.
Queen, is that I think I want to unpack this term, wild. I kind of want to problematize it. Who are we wild to? And why are we termed, or why are these characters deemed wild, I think is the big question. I write about women who have to get shit done. And I write about women who have to get shit done under pressure. And for some odd reason, there is a huge obsession with the female under duress, right? The female form under duress, because that's reality. I don't know a single woman here who's never been under duress. And
sad girl, bad girl, talking about a sad girl.
she's a performer.
We were so young when we were a bunch of us, a trans woman prancing on stage with our skinniest outfit, and little did I know that represent more or less bad girl, feral.
We're not this smart writing group. We're all, if not academics, we're just book lovers. We are from working class. But I found my conversations with them very refreshing because they say, we want more bad women. We want to show that we like seeing East Coast women, for example, right? Doing the wrong things, because in real life, that is it. We see some of our mothers having affairs, some of our fathers having 2, 3, 4 wives, and they're all doing other things. It's good to see the truth on paper.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
No worries, enjoy the book.
I will. Tina showing us the secret elevator.
People, we say that COVID has made people very selfish, but it has also made the Southeast Asian region more anxious to take back their identity. We saw a rise in interest, cross-border interest within the region. We released some historical fiction. The ones that were not written by local authors were, for us, I don't know about them, but they were rejected because readers, Instagrammers would just outright come and tell us, why is someone who's not living here writing about our story? You know, no, they didn't talk like that. I mean, very. We saw like own voice everywhere, and people would be writing to us to tell us that we shouldn't be allowing or shouldn't be publishing books. You know, a British author shouldn't be writing about Penang. Yeah, for example.
Have a sense of a generic Southeast Asian reader, or
actually, you asked a very difficult but important question, and I'm so thankful that you asked the ladies first. But I feel that Southeast Asia, there is something here that we are seeing that requires us to publish for the readers here. Right. Even if we can print 2,000 at one go, we may choose to print 500 each time so that you don't have stock to manage.
Malaysian writers like to, they write about the urban, a lot of contemporary literature, the urban society, a lot of historical fiction. Singapore, all kinds of Singapore also lots of SFF, spec fic. Yeah, will not sell well outside Southeast Asia. And then, right, a publisher from the West will pick up that book, and then suddenly it sells well here. You know, so that's our mentality. But it's a orientalization. I don't know. It's my word. Don't.
It's a real word.
Yeah, and it's a real word. Yeah. Orientalization. Okay. I feel it's a Western construct, right? That they see Asia as, or they imagine Asia to be exotic, to be, you know, to be full of myths, to be like, so these are the books when exaggerated, right, in a book, they will buy. But books about, you know, we have middle class, Americans have middle class too, but they don't bother to read about our middle class because they only caring about the people begging on the streets of Southeast Asia, or, you know, then now we have the very rich Asians who are crazy. So, you know, it just, it's either here or there. It perpetuates the orientalization.
In the presses, we look for debut writers. We look for underrepresented voices. And these are the stories that will not be circulated in this ecosystem. So how do we work? We need a solution. So my own thinking is that publishing in Southeast Asia is also a network. We need to work as a network of independent publishing houses so that we can circulate stories in a larger way. This is my thinking, and we need to work in new ways. And it's not just like a monopolistic kind of approach, yeah. So this is my pitch.
This reminds me of something that Bora Chung said in her panel with Anton her. Just sort of, I don't like reality. I don't like reality at all. And that's sort of a thing that I really enjoy, that I've been thinking about a lot in terms of publishing. I don't like the reality in which tilted access exists in the UK publishing industry. So I want to create a different one. I want to imagine a different one. And I think a lot of that has to do with networks and dialogue and conversations.
I'd like to build on what he said, which is an ecosystem. As publishers, we are exposed to the whole ecosystem. So we see every part of the ecosystem. And I think it has to change. There is, it's frustrating. You think that, I believe I share the same challenges as all the other publishers or presses in Singapore and maybe Malaysia, that the media is somewhat, the space is so finite, but there is not enough being given to voices from the region. It's always, they tend to pick up stories by bigger authors, by authors from the West. It's very hard to get people to talk about. So if people don't want to talk about it, right, we've got to use these opportunities to talk about it, right? We have to be the ones who further the cause of Southeast Asian literature. I have a dream. My name is Nora, not Nelson. So not a dream. I do believe one day that I hope to be part of the mainstreaming of Southeast Asian literature, which means when we step into a bookstore, the default books will be books by Southeast Asian writers. Not one shelf, not two shelves that say regional literature or Southeast Asian literature. The default book that we pick up is a book by a Southeast Asian writer.
This is the famous Inkling and not here to stay.
Of course.
So
Rated, yeah. The timekeeper.
So yeah, you taking it?
No, I just want to arrange it.
We need to put our books here. About the Malaysian publishing industry.
I think there's a lot of work to do.
That's exactly what Adidas said.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. I think word for word, you guys are
Great minds think alike. It needs a lot of work.
What should local future aspiring authors need to know?
Authors, you have to prepare yourself before coming into this because it's a long journey. But most of us are still young, so
yeah,
don't be scared. Don't be intimidated by all the adults here, because that just means there's like more room to grow.
True.
Like, our best work is not yet out.
Yeah.
So.
Hi. I was gonna ask you. Okay, I've been asking like authors like ish.
Yeah.
Any tips, any advice you wanna give to aspiring writers? As a successful one like yourself.
What nonsense? Huh?
Answer first.
Okay. Really, it's playing already? Oh crap. Eat good food, get good poop. And consume great art, get creative parts.
Is that your motto?
Yeah.
I choose the fantastic because my stories are personal. There are many times the characters or even the protagonists are people I know, or people who told me their stories, or simply people who want to kill off. When you want to kill off somebody, if you do it in a realistic manner, they will know and they will come after you. If I just make up a story that is so far from reality, and especially if I am careful enough to make the protagonists themselves not realize that I'm trying to kill them off with the story, then nobody's coming after me and I can have fun on my own.
It's about a young girl who has to race against time to save her grandfather's broken memories. And it's a fairy tale, but it's inspired by a true story. It's inspired by a true story. So 3 months before my daughter, my only daughter Alexis, who's the star of the book, was born, my father had a stroke, and this stroke caused dementia, and it took away, wiped out a large chunk of his memories, and that was one of the key inspirations behind the book, which I felt they just missed each other. I wanted to introduce them, and this book was my way to do it, at least on paper. And it took a while for me to write this book. I wrote it for my daughter and for my dad, but it took too long. So what happened was, a few years into the process, my father passed away. And so then, I guess it also helps, with a fairy tale. Why I chose a fairy tale? A, because it's so much more fun to mix stuff up. But secondly, of course, in real life, dementia can't be cured, and death can't be reversed. But with a fairy tale, I think there's some magical quality about it. It enables, for each time a person reads the book, it's like as though my father can be saved over and over and over again. And it becomes a bit like a prayer. So they say, you have to have an elephant, and then I was like, an elephant? Why? It's because of elephant glue, to glue your memories back. Then he said, no, because elephants never forget. And that line made it into the book, but also the creature, I had to have an elephant in there because of that. And I went around searching and I found perfectly that Japan has a half tiger, half elephant creature called the Baku, which is a dream eater.
People are lovely, but they're crazy, and I was afraid that they might just go and try the curse. I'm sure at least one of them will do it. I think I know that person. So, I didn't want that to happen, so I made sure that everything in that particular story is made up.
It was a try, but...
Yeah, well, you can try, but nothing's going to happen because this is all made up. This is all bullshit, so you can do whatever you want, nothing's going to happen.
Guys, it's a rainbow!
Oh. And if you see, it's a double rainbow.
Yeah! Oh.
Feeling very generous today. Fun fact for all the halal homies in the room: Tua is rice wine in.
Later, there's this teacher. Dia suruh saya ikut pertandingan membaca dalam bahasa dusun. Easy, right? Easy. It should be easy. Saya si confident melambung pecah bumbung, saya yes. Dia kena acknowledge oleh orang kampung. Baru semua mau kawan, baru semua mau mengaku saudara.
Tapi names for Baku are Asa.
#Kathrina.
The festival has reached an end, but now we're going to use author privileges and go to a cafe. The goods, the hamburger.
Yes.
So that's a wrap on Georgetown Literary Festival 2022.
Yes.
Good experience?
Good experience, good. Meet a lot of people.
Yeah, lots
meet
of
some
networking.
friends.
Yeah, new friends. Yeah.
Networking.
Look at us. Okay. This has been Devar's guest feature.
Oh yeah!
The entire week.
Yes. It has been lovely being part of this wonderful women's series. Please
Every part of my life.
Please go buy House of Koi, DM her and get the book. She'll sign a copy for you. Yes, support Southeast Asian writers. Southeast Asian writer.
Thank you.
You know she's famous or she on panel.
I used my auto discount today. 10% off
10% at China House, only at the canteen.
Anyway.
Thank you, China House.
Sponsor
Lilian!
Okay.
Also, if you don't know Lilian, right, personally, right, and known her for a long time, only call her Lilian. Do not call her Lily. or any other version nicknames. Okay, just say.
True. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.